Yeah, and you can see here Greg is just shoving that mid lane into turret. He really wants to keep Oriana from roaming, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick up that dragon for Passion Gaming. So, really good play, and they didn't even try and push down that top lane. So, a very good trade for Passion Gaming there, and they've actually managed to pick up almost a 1,000 gold lead off of that trade.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, picking up that dragon definitely makes up for them losing an additional champion in that last engagement. But yeah, who do you think is affected more? Being kept in the mid lane. Do you think Passion Gaming needs to get Gragas helping other lanes, or do you think on the other side of the coin, like Oriana needs to be helping other lanes? Like, which is more impactful in your opinion?
Well, Gragas, he does a lot of damage no matter what. So if he doesn't roam, he'll still be able to impact the game a lot more than Oriana, because Oriana is ahead. So it doesn't really matter if Gragas isn't roaming. The fact that he's keeping up in CS with her, the fact that he's forcing her to be farming on a turret and not roaming, is a big issue. Because when you're ahead in your mid lane, you really want to be roaming. You really want to take your advantage and give it to the rest of your team. And he's unable to. Oriana right now is unable to do that, and it seems like he's just really like he's uncomfortable, and he just wants to wait to the late game and just use his mechanical skill to play well in the team fights and just kind of use his shockwave on Zac and just let that be his play. But you really want to be a force in the mid game when you're ahead of the mid lane.
Right. Yeah, because we're seeing Bright Nova be very aggressive, considering Gragas does have the explosive cask available, but Bright Nova is almost egging him on to use it. But it's just gonna take one timely gank from Vi, and it could turn things dead dead on her head for Oriana. But meanwhile, here comes Leona for a second, and they do take down Imdeuce, but Imdeuce does get the Zac passive and not the kill.
So yeah, another great gank by Nasus top, and this is beginning to become a problem because Nasus is starting to farm very well. He's got the same farm as Riven, and he's out farming his own top laner. So he's been farming a lot, but he's also managing to get some ganks going. So very, very good for Nasus. He's farming up his Q, he's getting stronger, and he's gonna be able to be a huge team fight presence in the mid game. He's gonna be strong. He's already got those MOBA boots, and Vi hasn't really built tanky yet, so she's got that giant spell, but she rushed that Spirit of the Elder Lizard first. So we all want to see what she's got to do with the damage that she built.
Yeah, so this is off to a great start for Day Wards here, even though they're down slightly with gold. I was just looking at the Nasus's his Q stacks. He's already got 222 bonus damage on that, not even 20 minutes in the game. But here they go on bottom. They do get that zap slow onto a flash help picks to help slow him down. Oh, the beautiful Flame Choppers was spell shielded, but they're going to dive all the way in on this. Fury of the Sands is going in, but they did miss the Super Mega Death Rocket, so they can't pursue any further for that kill. And Leona tanked a lot of that damage, but they couldn't get that kill.
Yeah, and a lot of cooldowns being wasted there to no avail. They tried to get a kill there, and if they had landed that Super Mega Death Rocket, they might have been able to pick up the kill there. But now you see Vi hovering on this bot lane, and they have no cooldowns. There's no flash on Lulu. There's no flash on Jinx. And exactly, they're going in. The Gragas coming in, the ultimate going on Lulu, and they're going to hit the ultimate there. And Jinx goes down, and Lulu goes down. So great follow-up gank by Vi there, and Gragas on the follow.
Yeah, that was a beautiful roam, and they did not see it coming at all. You can see the river completely dark for Day Wards there, so the perfect time to roam. And finally, Gragas, patience is a virtue. He was getting poked around all laning phase by Oriana, and he was just thinking, I'm gonna help my team one of these days, and surely that moment came, and he got 2 kills for his team.
And see now, Oriana built a CS advantage on him, but he didn't really get any damage, like significant damage down on mid turret. She didn't push it down, and Gragas was able to roam, and he was able to get the kill and an assist. So that's why I was talking about how Oriana was the one that needed to be roaming, and if the fact that Gragas was able to roam before her, even though Oriana was ahead, is kind of spelling bad things for Bright Nova right now. He's not really impacting his team the way he needs to be right now.
Yeah, and it's hard, in all fairness to Bright Nova, because Gragas does have that body slam to be more mobile. But at the top lane, we got ultis being exchanged, and Hilla Shovel just completely taking that one by surprise and bouncing all over, and even forcing Deuce to use a flash over to the bush to try and get some breathing room, but Hill of Shovel was just all over him there. But meanwhile, Spirit Bear was thinking about going in all in on that, but just doing a little bit of some body slam and barrel harass.
Actually, a really nice flash there, Hill of Shovel. Actually, a pretty major outplay. He flashed behind Riven, just on the outside of her model, and knocked her up while she wind slashed. And so she actually missed the wind slash onto Zach, and that ended up saving his life, and he ended up picking up the kill there because of that.
Oh, wow. So Spirit Bear sees them killing the pink ward. Actually, Explosive casts him into it, but Gragas is going to take a lot of damage, and that Super Mega Death Rocket just flew right by, but that probably would have been enough to finish off that Gragas if it were on point.
Yeah, just Gragas getting lucky again. He has almost like sub 100 HP there, and so very, very lucky to have survived that gank, and great rotation by Karma there to come in, and the shields that she provided there really saved Gragas' life there. So great team play there again by Passion Gaming.
Yeah, definitely. So both teams were baiting it out in that bush area. So yeah, it's great communication and great teamwork there. Not letting any man go into the enemy jungle alone. At least being close by in case something were to happen. That's the definition of teamwork right there. But Jay Flem almost got caught out in front of the dragon pit there. It looks like the standoff that we've been waiting for is about to happen around this dragon area. 20 minutes into the game, dragon has not been killed. It is now just being pursued here and courted. So we'll see. Passion Gaming are the ones being aggressive on this one. They have taken it down pretty quickly, and Nasus is going to try and steal it, but he does not make it. Fury of the Sands go down. Does he have the shockwave? The ball was placed in a nice area, but they do take down Jinx as a result. Leona is so tanky, just trying to take everything, and so much damage coming through from Leona and Orianna AoE. It's just incredible. Spirit Bear forced the dip out of there, and wow, Orianna did not even use ulti too.
Yeah, I think he was still on cooldown from when they did try to do that gank on Gragas earlier.
Right.
But Passion Gaming did pick up that dragon, so it wasn't all lost for them. And they picked up Jinx right away, so there was no AD carry in that entire fight, and they still won that pretty convincingly.
Right.
So that's just how strong the Nasus is right now. He's got a lot of stacks on his Q. They are going to pick up this mid turret, so that's a very, very good trade for Day Wars, considering they were behind. Well, they might not pick up this mid turret, actually. But still a very good trade for Day Wars, and it shows that they're still able to win team fights. Also, Orianna's going to get stronger. She picked up 2 kills there. And she's got that needlessly large rod. She's going to be able to go towards that death cab. And what I didn't see there is on the hunt being popped, and the Shirley is also popped.
Wow.
But they weren't able to catch up to Leona there.
Yeah, so Nasus already has 285 stacks on that Q, so it's only going to go up from there. He's going to go back into his jungle. He does have 1,500 gold, so he's getting very close to getting that Ronduins. So it's going to be very scary when he becomes this unkillable beast that's smacking you around for like 300, 400 damage every couple of seconds.
Yeah, especially we haven't even seen Zach and Hill of Shovel and Zach in any of the team fights, and he is 3-0-1. And Riven hasn't really done much in lane. She's keeping up in farm, but she's 0-4, and she's really kind of helped Zach and Nasus get bigger. And when you have 2 massive tanks like that, it's really hard to come back, because Gragas, though he is a sustained damage mage, he does bring a lot of burst with his Q, explosive cask, and barrel roll combination. And if you can't burst out a champion with that combination, you kind of unloaded all your damage. Because it is rather hard to place barrel rolls during team fights because it's so hard, so hectic, and they have a delayed movement on them. So it's just and the great barrel explosive cast just missing. It hits the outside instead of the inside. But the explosive mega death rocket is kind of misused there.
Yeah.
And so two ultimates down. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of confrontation down in this mid lane. Almost all of Passion Gaming, all of Passion Gaming are here ready to fight. Meanwhile, Hill Shovel is just continuing to stay up there, so can definitely expect something to go down here pretty soon. But unfortunately, they used explosive cask earlier. They're not going to be able to displace anyone from Day Wards into a fight that they want. So this might Ravax baiting out that explosive cask earlier might have saved them a little bit of time here.
Yeah, just the cask was just misplaced. It almost was the perfect placement. It just was a little bit off to the side, so it wasn't able to knock her backwards like they had wanted, because they would be able to follow up with the assault
Oh,
battery.
whoa, whoa. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm Deuce DC'd and was just walking aimlessly into the tower, and I don't know if Daywards are gonna be sportsmanlike and just let him be, but the tower is probably gonna kill him pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean that's just a little bit unfortunate. I mean we've seen some stuff like that happen before, and there's nothing that we can really do. You can really do about that. You have to really catch it immediately, especially if you're the person who DCs. They can't really pause it themselves, so your teammates have to wait to see it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
unfortunate thing there, and I guess you can kind of attribute the 0-4 start to Ribbon maybe to her internet issues that she's been having, but she's back and
See if she can
looks
get
like
out
she-
of this great
yeah.
escape. The great escape. Will she make it? Oh my God! The
Oh!
E, the play that shouldn't have happened. So amazing.
Yeah, she she lives by the skin of her teeth,
Yeah.
but she is gonna have to go back there. And the explosive cap's going out, and the assault battery going out as well.
Oh wow, they're going very deep on the shockwave, keeping the back line at bay, but Gragas is intent on killing this Orianna here, and she will finally go down. Meanwhile, Nasus just in the thick of things, trying to whack down everything in his path, but so much damage going down. They're going to be able to get Spirit Bear here thanks to those Flame Choppers. And she is now excited. The Super Mega Death Rocket misses all three of them, and that should have probably killed one of them. But
If that had hit, that would have been a triple kill. They were all inside the
oh my
AoE of the.
goodness.
So
I
that's
wish
unfortunate.
so badly that would have hit.
Yeah,
Oh my
it would
gosh.
have been because Karma and Sivir were both below 100 HP, and Vi had been chugging pots the whole time, and she was low enough to be killed by that. So a little bit unfortunate that missed. But Ribbon coming in full speed.
Oh.
She does pick up Lulu.
Yeah, he does get that nice little wind slash onto Lulu to finish him off, and now it's going to be a double kill for him, but he's dealing with the monster here in Leona, but not so much mana, and one final Q from Leona is going to take him down.
So great answer by I'm Deuce there. But the thing is, that whole fight was 4v5. Hill of Shovel was never there.
Right. And now Hill of
never
Shovel
made
is
it to
just
that
now
fight.
showing up, but the damage has been done already, and now there's 4 people from Passion Gaming ready to take down this tower.
Yeah, I still think now that Zach is starting to group with his team, it's going to be very strong, because look at how much damage he's already done to all of them,
Right.
and he's just going to be able to tank up so much damage. He's got that Warmog depleted. It looks like he's going to go for that Spirit Massage next, and going to be a force to be reckoned with in team fights, because they already have Leona, who's super fed, and she's really strong right now. So it's just going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, Hello Shovel again with the Warmogs. It's like a signature item build on Zach, and it has been working out for him great so far. So you know, if it's not broken, why fix it?
Exactly. And I mean, maybe we'll see him go for the second Warmogs today. I'm not exactly sure. But Riven does have that BT and that Brutalizer now, so she will be doing tons of damage now, even though she does not have that Trinity Force. And they're going for the Dragon right now, so if they pick up this Dragon, they'll get a pretty significant goldie, because Gragas is top lane, so the threat of the Gragas steal isn't really there, and that's one of the big things that Gragas kind of brings. If Gragas is on the blue side, then you could never really do a Dragon safely unless you have like good vision of Gragas on the top side of the map or something like that. And if you're on purple side, like Gragas can always steal when he's on purple side, because of the fact that barrel roll and explosive cask do upwards of 1,000 damage, so it's more than smite, and it's really hard to burst it out.
Oh wow! So a nice
Wow.
little gank up at top. Gragas actually tried to take on Zach by himself. Ends up baiting him the entire team. I'm Deuce is gonna go down in a double kill, going towards Leona on Nasus.
Yeah, and it's slowly spelling bad news for Passion Gaming, because Leona on Nasus is getting so strong, and he does miss the smite on the blue buff.
Yeah, now Essence might be paying for his life here. A Super Mega Death Rocket's gonna give a huge chunk of that HP off of him, and now they're trying to kill off Karma here, but yeah, Leona's actually thinking about going in, trying to trying to bait him out a little bit, Flems. But yeah, the bait was short-lived. They weren't gonna go all the way in on that for Karma. Karma's so slippery with her Inspire, Speed Boost, and also her ability to snare you and heal you at the same time.
Yeah, and it just seems like Day Wards are a little bit more coordinated right now. They're kind of moving around the map better together now. Now that Zach started to finally group up with them, I think the problem is that Zach wasn't really leaving top lane, so they decided just to go to Zach. And they've really started to win team fights, but Gragas is looking to make a pick here, and he just takes a huge chunk of damage, and it looks like he'll almost go in again.
Oh wow, 626 is trapped on the other side of the cliff against the Nasus, the monster, and that is not the target that he wanted to go up against. Look how big that Nasus is with that wild growth. Holy cow. I'm Deuce is going to go down too shortly but surely.
Yeah, Leona on Nasus is now 6-0. He's got a large amount of stacks. I just want to see how many stacks he has right now. He's got
348.
Yeah, so almost 350 stacks on the jungle, which is a lot of stacks for a jungler. And it's really going to be hard for him to come up because he already has the Spirit Visage of the Randuins, which is what you typically see from a Nasus at 30 minutes in a lane Nasus.
Yeah.
And then that's not even talking about how big Zac is. So they have two huge tanks that can be wild growth, can be have shockwave on, and it's massive. It's going to be a massive AOE team fight. There's such a massive AOE team fight with the Super Mega Death Rocket, with the wild growth, with the shockwave, with Nasus ult, which is like shredding all their AP. Let's bounce. They just have such a strong AOE team fight composition, and I don't think that Passion Gaming has anything to deal with it right now.
Right, and you know, Bright Nova is reaching that threshold too. She's got that Athenes and the Rabadons completed. She's also got that second Nucleusly large rod ready, and it does look like, you know, he's got that amplifying tomb too. I'm not sure what he's going to build. Oh, the Zonia's, duh. I thought he was first, I thought he was gonna go with DFG for some reason, going with going into that fiendish codex. I couldn't think of it.
The Zonia's actually is very smart pickup here because they do still have a lot of dive onto Orianna, especially if she gets explosive casts out of position. So Zonia's is a very smart pickup here. And then we do have another DC here. It seems that Passion Gaming is having some lag issues, so
yeah,
we're just gonna wait and see what's going on with this.
Luckily, it's a quick reconnect. Hopefully, pause will be lifted here pretty shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that Nasus is so scary right now, and like you said, that front line of Nasus and Zac, so difficult to deal with because, you know, they're innately very difficult to take down, and then if they ever do get close enough to get taken down, you got Lulu to wild growth them, and that's just yet another obstacle that they need to burn through if they do in fact want to try and take those tanks down. But if that's happening, then that's exactly what Day Wards wants, because that's going to be letting Orianna and Jinx just destroy everything in their sight.
Yeah, and they don't really have any tools to deal with the tanks right now. Sure, they have all the speed boosts, but there's Wither, the Elastic Slingshot can get them into range. Lulu already has that Talisman of Ascension. They have so many tools to get in range of Passion Gaming that the slows are just massive right now.
Oh,
the
wow.
Death Rod coming in.
Yeah.
Gragas already going. Oh, the massive shockwave.
Holy crap! That's a two-man shockwave on the back line of Sivir in there. Meanwhile, Violet's trying to get in there, trying to stop them from doing so much damage. But look at that huge Let's Bounce coming up from Zac. And the Nasus are just fixated on the Sivir, not letting her go. Will they really get her? Yes, that final Q. And that's an ace coming out for Day Wards there. And they could probably end the game here with that. As Revax gets executed by the tower.
Yeah, and that's just the power of teamfight they have there. Orianna's shockwave is just massive. Zac bouncing in, and the surrender boat does come in, and it's just too much AoE presence that they have there. And great game going over to Day Wards.
Yeah, congratulations to Day Wards for coming out on top of this game and winning the bragging rights over Passion Gaming. And very close game up until that last 10 minutes there, but Yeah, I have to ask, if you had to choose an MVP for this game, Burnout, who would you choose?
I would have to pick up the Nasus. Leona, she, Nasus farmed up so well all game,
Hmm.
did so much damage to everyone. She got so many stacks, and all her lanes won by themselves, but she was able to gank afterwards and really kind of get into the game well. And you can see by how much gold she had, most gold in the game. Just had such good presence after those first few levels. She got the farm that she needed. She started making her presence felt. She ganked top lane very often, and then she was just that huge frontline tank for the rest of the game. And it was just very, very strong performance.
Yeah, it's very, very scary to see that a jungler, in fact, was almost had the same amount of CS as your AD carry there. Um, Nasus with 180, well, just about 180, whereas the Sivir had 189. So it's amazing how he was able to just contribute so much kill contributions. 17 out of the 20 kills he had a hand in, and then at the same time, being able to balance that farming in the jungle too, getting all those stacks up. He was doing an immense amount of damage, and people were legitimately frightened for Nasus, a one-on-one with Nasus.
Yeah, just the Wither was so strong, and they never really, got a chance to use their team composition. They never really got a chance. I never saw a time when they popped the Shurelias and the Mantra E and the damage. It was just never. They never really used that whole combination that they had their team comp set up around. So.
Right. So we do have our fourth and final game of the night and of this qualifier tournament here. It will be Day Wards on the blue side going up against Goons Incorporated, who won, I believe, on the first day. So they've got the bye all the way to the finals of this qualifier tournament. So whoever wins this will have the ultimate edge on of confidence and optimism going into the Compete League Gold competitive league as we enter the season here this coming week.
Exactly, and I'm really excited to see this game go because both of these teams have been playing very, very well. So it's going to be exciting to see how well they played against each other. Because Baywards has great showing so far. They've beaten almost everyone they've gone against. So I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, so Goons Incorporated, it's important to mention, actually did beat Day Wards once already. So we'll see if Day Wards have made adjustments from the last time they met. And, we'll see if they can come out on top of here. But, at the same time, we haven't seen so much of Goons aside from that very first day on Friday. So we'll see what adjustments they have made as well to perhaps bring up a new strategy or something to the table.
Yeah, and I think that you have to adjust to play well. I mean, the best teams in the world are really, really good at adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
You watch SK Telecom T1, it's very often that in best of fives or best of threes, they'll lose the first game. They'll lose the first and second games.
Right.
And then they'll come back and they'll win the rest of them. So,
yeah.
It's just adapting is what makes a good team.
Definitely. And, yeah, there's just so much strategy to these games that a lot of people don't realize. It's beyond the picks and bans. It's also, which side of the map you're on. I mean, SK Telecom T1 were one of the first teams to really emphasize getting that last pick and using it for their AP mid laner if they're on the purple side. So in that way, it shocked a lot of people that they wanted the second pick, and when they won the coin toss, it's because they wanted to save the mid lane pick for Faker, and they knew that was their focal point. That was their strength of their team is through Faker. They want to siphon all the advantages as possible to him.
Yeah, they really want Faker to get ahead and then use his advantage into later stages of the game because Faker is such a strong laner and his champion pool is so massive that he can counterpick against anyone. He can play any champion against any lane. So if you pick someone that he wants to counterpick you with, he brought Riven Mid in the World Championships. He had such a huge champion pool. He played the Orianna, he played Gragas, he played Riven, he played Ahri. He plays a lot of champions. He's even brought out the LeBlanc, plays that Nidalee so very well. So
Hmm.
it's really almost impossible to kind of ban out Faker, and then you can never really count out that he can always just counter pick you and bully you out of lane and just win his lane so hard.
Right. So I wanted to ask, we don't see too many pick compositions lately. I want to, tap your brain and, try and see why that is and, you know, what changed that, kind of made that whole playstyle, subpar compared to the others.
Well, there's a couple things that happened actually. Uh, Assassins were really good when they got far ahead, and assassins aren't really a huge focal point of the game right now. They've kind of fallen off a lot, right?
Hmm.
So sure, there are still sometimes when assassins are viable, but they need to get really far ahead because number one, bruisers got really popular in the top lane. So bruisers now are like massively strong, and they can never get killed, and they're always like huge. They can't get picked off because they're so tanky. And like before, you could have other champions top lane. You'd see like occasionally like Lissandra top lane. You have like a lot of split pushing people, so they're easy to pick off. And also the fact that assassins fell off, so you have all these mid laners now that weren't viable before because really they couldn't like survive in lane. But now since assassins have fallen off, there are so many AOE mid laners like Ziggs, like Orion's still always popular, but Gragas is popular. We're seeing more and more champions become viable in the mid lane. Like there's so many picks. Like Swain is becoming very strong mid laner right now because of the fact that since there's no assassins in the mid lane, he can really just kind of bully the usual AP carries from the mid lane. So lots of opportunity for AoE mages in the mid lane now, and that's why the pick comp's kind of fallen off because there's so much AoE damage that's like popular right now. So picking one person off isn't really as effective as going like with an AoE team composition right now.
I see, I see. So we are in the lobby right now, ready to go in the final game of this qualifier tournament. About to start here in a minute or two. I mean, the team's going to take a little bathroom break before we go into this epic match. So, yes, you should see the lobby here. Both teams have their team chemistry at an all-time high, all using the same summoner icon. It's almost like a red versus blue type of thing we're seeing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they both are like doing that for each other, and it's kind of like it makes you feel like more of a team, more of a brotherhood if you all have the same icon, I guess.
Yeah, it's like wearing the same jersey or something like that.
Yeah, I guess that's their way of saying that they're all on the same team. I guess maybe that's the way they knew which team to be on, is that with the icon.
It's true. It's true.
So,
But
lots of fun stuff going on in the lobby right now.
oh yeah, people are talking about food. Not a good sign here, considering it's approaching that dinner time area. So definitely gonna be looking to get some food after this. But before that, we're gonna be watching this awesome game ahead of us, our fourth and final game. Thank you guys for joining into the Gold Competitive League qualifiers, the very last day, and we are in Champions Select. You are listening to Roofster and Burnout here. If you guys do like the channel and what we're presenting, please follow the channel, follow us on Twitter, check out the Facebook, see the updates, and tell us what you guys think. And can't wait to bring out some more material for you guys as the weeks go on into the league.
Upload us on Reddit too. Upload Reddit because that's pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
So once again we see the Annie ban. So another respect ban for Revac. So he's drawn that ban almost every game that we've seen him play today.
Right.
And also Mundo and Shyvana coming out. So it seems like Day Wards just really does not like that Mundo or that Shyvana. And I completely agree with them because I hate playing against Mundos and Shyvanas because if they get ahead at all, they're unkillable and they do so much damage. And there's always on your 80 carries. And then there's a respect ban for that Nasus again. They don't want Leona to have that Nasus. And it kind of showed because in every other game but last game, the Nasus was banned. And so maybe we'll see him fall back onto that Udyr. And then the Lucian ban, Lucian's very strong AD carry right now, and he does so much damage if he gets ahead. So another fairly standard ban.
Yeah, so Annie's just one of those types of aggressive supports, just like Thresh, that at the drop of a dime, whenever you feel like you can make a play happen, and there's almost little you can do if you're caught out in a bad position. You die if you fight, and you die if you run away. There's literally nothing you can do if if at the best moment in time they catch you out. So using
Oh.
that, they do ban out that Annie, and they cut out one support, and they're gonna grab out the one that they wanted, the Thresh on Revax.
So, a quick point here: they've actually made 3 targeted bans. So